Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, everyone, I hope you're having a blessed day. All right, guys, we got this Milwaukee wrench set here. It's a 15-piece set. These are made in Taiwan. Now, it does say on the front, it says 25% more torque. I'm not sure how they're measuring that, but anyway, these are the max bite, and these have like the marks inside the wrench itself, I guess, to help with a rounded fastener to really bite into the fastener to get it off. We'll go ahead and we'll measure that. Now, these are lifetime guarantee. They are, part number is 48229515. Yeah, so these are the anti-slip open design. And then it's supposed to be a 15-degree offset on the back end of the wrench for the boxed end of the wrench. And it does have the comfort I-beam design for the handle itself. So we'll said we got some more ratchets we can compare them to, and then also the sizes of the wrench. They're all ink filled, so that's pretty good. That's a little different feature than some of the other ones, and it does come with this storage tray here. We got from 8 to 22 millimeters with the no skip. So we'll go ahead and open this up, and then I'll bring it back. Alright guys, I got the covering that was off of it. I already had these out before. I've been using them for a while, but I haven't really done a video on them, so they got some fingerprints on them, but the chrome's pretty decent. But so we'll just pull these out real quick. Now the standard ones have the like I said, the inlay of the stamping of them is black on these, but the standard ones have the red on them as well. So I think that's a real nice feature. This is the 19 millimeter, and as you can see here, there is laser etching with the name Milwaukee into it, as well as the part number also laser etched into the back part of this. And like I said, this it's cast with the Milwaukee name on the other side. It's nice and raised and whatnot. These are 12 point on the box end of the wrench as well. And like I said, the stamping on the sizes on either side are both large on both ends. Like I said, and the same thing down here on the open end of the wrench does have the max bite with the radius edges here, and I guess they give you the most bite as you can on ratchet. Now, I've seen these anywhere from $99 all the way up to $140, depending on where you get them from. This case that it does come in, it does have the sizes stamped in it, or stamped into it as well. So you can just leave it in this case, or you can get your own tool holder or whatnot, whatever you want to use to hold it in there. Now, I do have a couple other ones that we can compare this to. I got my vintage Craftsman 17 millimeter made in USA one here, and just comparing that to the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee is probably about a half inch longer or whatnot. It's a little bit longer than a standard wrench that I usually use. The beam has got a nice wide beam on it. The handle, the beam feels pretty good in your hands as well. Like I said, the texture of it and everything. Now we have to we can get calipers in here. We can try and measure out, and just to see how tight the tolerances are as well. See if what I can come up with, find here. So that was the 17 millimeter, and like I said, you can definitely see the offset here. The Craftsman also has the offset, but I'm not sure what that is, but it's supposed to be at least a 15-degree offset on this Milwaukee one. And as you can see, the Milwaukee's got a pretty decent finish on it. I do have a vintage Stanley right here, USA 22 millimeter. We can compare that also to it as well. Stanley, as you can see, even the Stanley, vintage Stanley ratchet is about a quarter inch or so shorter than it. So they are a little bit longer than your standard vintage USA ratchets here as well. And as you can see here on the box end, the Stanley is a lot thinner of wall, so you can get this Stanley potentially into a tighter area of the fastener or whatnot. And then, like I said, the same thing with the offset at the end also. Also, the wrench isn't exactly straight. It's actually set off. This offset to the end of the open end is also offset a little bit. It's not straight on. So that's another thing. So let me go ahead and if I can find a fastener and some calipers, and we'll just check a couple of the tolerances. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and zero these calipers out here. We'll just check a couple of the tolerances here. Here is the 22 millimeter. We'll just go from inside to inside. I'm getting 22.95 inside of the 12-point end here. So it's got a little bit of play here. Let me go back and let me zero this out. Maybe let's try this again. Yeah, I'm still getting 24 from point to point there. Let's try the open end side of it here. See if we get anything. Like I said, these got grooves in them and everything else, so it's going to be that's not it. 22.04 from the tip to tip here, so around 4 thousandths over. So that's pretty decent size there as far as the open end of the box wrench. So here I found a 4 millimeter fastener. We're going to go ahead and we'll see how this fastener fits. We'll zero it out. Let's do the boxed end real quick of it here. And I'm getting 16, around 16 millimeters. So 2 millimeters over. Let me clear this out again. Let's check the other end of the wrench here. I'm getting 14.2. Couple thous over. Not too bad. Let me show you this fastener here. Fastener is wrong side there. Let me zero this out because we're not getting a good measure here. So on the fastener side, 14 millimeters, exactly 14.1 or whatever. So here I'll just show you on the open end of the wrench. As you can see, fits in the fastener pretty well. And like I said, I'm wiggling it back and forth. There's very little bit of play here, but like I said, that's what these grooves in here are for. They're supposed to help bite into the bolt. Now we'll just go ahead and we'll check it with the box end. Like I said, the box end had a little bit more play in it. And as you can see here, it's not too bad of the play. I would rather it be a 6-point box wrench, but not too many wrenches today, or most of them are all 12-point unless you're looking for 6-point. But like I said, a lot of manufacturers, it looks like they're just doing a lot of 12-point. Let me go ahead and we'll get the I'll get the Craftsman back out, and we'll just compare the box end to that just to see how much slop and play is in that. But that wrench is used. I have not used this 14 millimeter. I'm not sure which wrenches I've used, but we'll just go ahead and we'll just look at the compare it to that one. All right, guys. So I got a couple different ones here. Now this is a Chinese one here. This doesn't have any name brand on it. This could be a Harbor Freight. It could be anything. Just a Junko one. Here is a Black Hawk 14 millimeter. We're going to compare it to that. And then, like I said, here is my Vintage USA Craftsman 14 millimeter. Like I said, all these are all 12-point. Like I said, you don't really find 6-point too much out in the field here. But we'll just go by looks first off. So here's the 14 millimeter with the Craftsman. And as you can see on the open end, it's doesn't have a whole lot of play. We'll go to the Black Hawk now, and the Black Hawk's got a little bit more play. And then this Chinese one here, it's it's super tight. So it's probably never been used before, because you probably strip this thing all out if you were to put it in there. Even the box end of it, it's got a really tight fit tolerance on the box end. Black Hawk on the box end, it's a little bit easier to get it in that, but like I said, not a lot of play at all in the box end on that. And then your Craftsman also, it's got very little play on it as well. We'll go ahead and we'll throw the mic mics in there and just measure it. We'll measure the Craftsman from point to point just to see what kind of points we're getting here from the Craftsman. 14.1, that's pretty good. And then we'll measure the back half of the Craftsman as well from point to point inside, 16. Like I said, that fastener's not really catching all the way at the very back of the groove. It's kind of catching halfway up of the tooth, so with the fastener. So there are the tolerances for the back. If you're measuring it, they're both about the same on that one. We'll go ahead and we'll do this Chinese one. This one here was super tight. So 13.9. That's pretty like a 10 thous under. So this like I said, this one was really tight as far as when you put it on the fastener. But like I said, the metal is probably super soft, so a couple times using it, if you got a super stuck fastener, you could potentially bend it, or bend it open. 15.79. Even the end of it is tighter. The box end side of it's also even tight. And we'll just go ahead and we'll just check the Black Hawk one as well. I'm getting 14.1, so that's 10 thous. And then we'll just go ahead and measure the back of it. I'm getting 15.85. But like I said, the only tolerances are pretty close to these. Like I said, the max bite of this open end here, it's a little bit different than these other ones, so it might give you depending on where you read it from, you might get a little bit different reading just for like fasteners. But these other ones here, the tolerances are all pretty close. This Chinese one has the tightest of the tolerances, but the steel may not be as strong as these other two. Wish I had a way I could measure the strength of the steel to see how tough it is. But anyway, guys, just wanted to share that with you. I hope this was educational to you guys. Like, subscribe, and thank you. God bless, and just have a great day. Thank you.